YouTube, what it is, what's up, what you saying, man? Yeah, you know what, I'm just doing a quick vlog now, because basically what I've been doing over the last few weeks and months, I've decided to get rid of all my clothes that I had. I realised it's time to let them go. So I pretty much just cleaned it all out. I just cleaned it out and thought, you know what, I've just had enough. It's just been wearing too long. Take a look at it. It's pretty much bare, as you can see. Still got the Prada though, because this is my favourite jacket. But everything else, like I've got rid of 2 Prada tops from 2010 that had to go. I spot one on sale in 2010 for like 100 quid. I sold it on eBay for about £53. I sold it for, and I sold another one. Some Moschino shirts. Got rid of all those. I got rid of pretty much all my stuff from 2007ish is gone. Pretty much. It's only this jacket I got now, and this one. This is the Prada jacket here. 2007 Prada jacket here. What else have I got? 2007. Oh, I still got my Givenchy. Still got my Givenchy piece. This was £320. This was £320 back in 2007. But so I'm keeping this because it's a nice piece to wear. It's just so slick, and the pink actually looks good around the collar. It just spruces it up a little. So I'm keeping that. Everything else pretty much I've got rid of. So, I bought a few little pickups. I picked up this Ralph Lauren polo sweater. This is good for like if you've got a little dinner date. I picked that up. To be honest with you, I've not really been like going out much, clubbing or anything, because obviously the clubs are shut. They've been shut for about coming up to 10 months now. So I'm thinking to myself, even before the lockdown though, I hadn't even gone out like clubbing for about 4 or 5 months prior anyway, so I've not really felt the need to buy any designer shit, you know what I mean. I'm just pretty much just living as I please, and whatever comes into my mind I just put it on. I'm not really that fussed, because I'm only going to work, coming back, I just wear my sweaters, hoodies, mostly athleisure stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you buy a designer hoodie. If I bought a designer hoodie, there'd be no point, because where am I going to wear it? I'm only going to go downtown to do shopping, get food. I'm not really going out anywhere, so why spend £700 on some Gucci fucking sweater or something, or hoodie, just for old people to see you in it? You know what I mean? Because when you go downtown, it's mostly old people anyway doing their shopping. Not I've got anything against them. I'm just saying, like, that's the basic. That's the basic amount of type of people you actually see. You know, when you're going in town, and like middle-aged women like with their kids and that. And I'm not trying to like chirp any gal in Asda, you know what I mean, because it just doesn't happen like that. So yeah, okay. I've also been using some of this stuff. This from L'Oreal. This L'Oreal cream is so cool, and it only cost me £17, and it's luxury. It is such a luxury cream. It really gets into your skin, gets it nice and fresh, and it's so smooth. I'm just loving it, man. I'm loving it. You know I'm loving it. Cop this as well. This Adidas hoodie, because as I say, that's my thing now. I don't see the point. I just don't see the point in like spending £600-700, or even 400, even 300 on like a sweater. You know what I mean? If I'm going to spend £300-400 plus, it's got to be like, say, like a nice jacket or something, like say a Moncler or a Canada Goose. That's probably what I'm thinking of looking at picking up at some point within the next 12 months. probably will be one of those pieces. I probably might get two actually. Might get a Moncler and Canada Goose. I'm also picking up a Canada Goose beanie because it's the winter's coming, so we'll be getting a woolly Canada Goose hat. I think it's worth spending £95. It's a nice piece. It looks smart, you know. Yeah, I could go out and buy a nice one for a £10-15, but it's just boring to me. It's just done. That's been done so much times. It just looks a bit too rough. It just looks like you're not trying enough. So I'm going with the Canada Goose hoodie for about £95, which I've seen. Coming up soon, I'll be copying. Probably end of the month actually when I get paid. I might indulge in a little of that. I did buy a Gucci card holder. I bought a Gucci card holder back in July. I had it for about 10 days, but then I started noticing there was a lot of like lines was coming in already. A lot of lines was getting on the leather, and it started folding and bending. Like I put it in my pocket. I realised I should not have left it in my pocket. Like if you're going out, yeah, really walking around and that. You're sitting down, especially when you're sitting down, that's when it bends, and it started bending really bad. So I just took it back to Gucci. I told them that I think the quality isn't very good, and it just gave me my money back. If I do get something like that again, I'll just buy a bag and I'll just keep it in a bag. But I just thought, nah, I don't want £160 for this. Nah, I'm not really into it. But anyway, let's see what else I've been copying, guys. Okay, so mostly athleisure stuff, you know, Got the kappa, bought the kappa top and kappa. Excuse me, bit of wind. That's too much grapes. I just had like about half a punnet of grapes. It's been giving me hella wind. So yeah, pretty much in my other video. If you go in my other videos, you'll see. That's all I've been like really rocking, really. That type of stuff, you know. Mainly just sweater shit, you know. I really have been riding a lot more, so I just thought to myself, you know, it's time to get fit again, start getting fitter. So I've been like doing like an hour and a half to 2 hour rides every day after work. I've just been going out. I bought this bike, Apollo Evade. I mean, it's okay. It's not going to say it's the best because it's an Apollo. You know, not everyone knows Apollos are not like, they're not known for the quality. I mean, but what I will say of this one is it's a lot better than the average Apollo you see on the street for like 120, 130 pounds. This was a 220 pound Apollo. Now it's, I mean, the reason I could tell it was a bit better was the actual make thing. You know, the bike was actually the frame was a lot better than the normal Apollos. The frame was a lot better. You can see here on the stem, for example, it's a thicker stem. It's a little long than, you know, it's a little longer than the more pro stems. They're like straight. They're like sort of stop there. So the handlebars will be like there, or like there. But I mean, it's still not bad. It's still not bad for £220 because I actually picked it up though for £50 second hand from where was it, Cash Generators. So I hardly paid anything, and I've just been like I've been doing like bike riding on it, keeping fit on it, and I've also been practicing wheelies on it as well. Now I can go about 10. I can do about 10-second wheelies. I can hold it for about 10 seconds. I'm trying to get to at least 30 seconds by the end of this year. So I've got about 6-7 weeks to reach my goal of doing a wheelie for about 30 seconds. Anyway, back to the bike. It's got the zoom forks, so don't laugh. These, as I said before, I think they're different variations of zoom forks. A lot of people slate zoom forks thinking, oh yeah, they're crap. But they're on a £99 bikes and £150 Apollos. Remember, this is a £220 Apollo, yeah? It's a £220 Apollo, so the zoom forks are a bit more quality. I mean, it's got a bit of play to it as well. Look, you go down. That's good, and I'm not even forcing it. Look, that's just quite light. I'm hardly forcing that. You can get down more. Look, that goes right down. You know what I mean? And I've noticed if you're on a bumpy ground, obviously it's going to make a difference than a rigid floor that doesn't move, because I've noticed it straight away. I go down like through like a lot of cross country with it as well. A lot of bumpies, down curves, doing wheelies. I feel a fork going in, so I know I'm getting a bit of. It's not a straight, like that, and it's just rigid. It just stops. You've got a bit of travel, so there is a difference. A lot of people say, "Oh, Zoom is just rubbish. It doesn't do anything," but that's bullshit. It does do something. I know it does something because I've felt it. Okay, so yeah, £220 bike. It's got 21 speed. So it's 3 times 7, 7 at the back, 3 at the front. It rides quite smooth, yeah. Do you know, to be honest, yeah, not gonna lie, it rides smoother than any bike I've bought. Oh, I did have a rally activator back in the days. That was smooth at the start, to be fair. I can't really remember that much, probably about the same. But back then the tyres were a bit more thinner, so I sort of feel that it sort of made it go a bit more. It felt a bit more smoother because the tyres were thinner, so it sort of cut across the ground a bit more easier. But yeah, it's also got disc brakes as well. Got the disc brakes. It's got Clark's disc brakes as well, so they're alright. You know, they're alright. It's you know, they're not too bad. It's not Dior or anything like that, but it's not bad. The only thing I hate about this, the main thing I hate about this bike is it's got these grip shifts, and like a lot of the times they're just like they don't change very well. Like sometimes you gotta move it. You gotta sort of move it twice, yeah, to get one cog up or one cog down. And when I do my wheelies as well, when I'm doing wheelies on it, it will actually I'll accidentally move them because they're just too loose. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying what I will tell you is, I think if you want to like a proper decent bike, yeah, you can't even get a Carrera. Like if you want to be going on a trail, like within 12 months, any bike you get that's like under £500, yeah, you're going to experience problem with the gears within 12 months, guaranteed, 100%. At some point in those 12 months, you're going to get problems with the gears. Like, I mean, I don't think any bike, to be fair, is gonna run smooth for a full 12 months. You're going to get like something is going to go wrong. Trust me, something will break. I know, I've been riding bikes for years. They're all the same. Doesn't matter if you spend like £2 grand on a bike, you're going to get something go wrong with it anyway. Like the gears are going to go, the suspension might go funny, the brakes would go, the spokes might break off. You know what I mean? They're just operating on like it's old technology, isn't it? It's just like metal and wires and tubes. So I don't see why you spend 2, 3, 4 grand on a bike. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I've been looking on YouTube. I've been watching some of people's videos on YouTube. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I just got this hoodoo. It's 450, 550, and it's like it's gonna last me for ages." Shut up! It's not gonna last you for ages. It's just metal and wire. It's the same wire. Look, this wire here, yeah. This wire, yeah, on this, yeah. It's the same thickness of wire they use on expensive bikes. Okay, it's just that wire there. This is on a 220 bike, £220 bike, that wire. And that same thickness of wire is on bikes that are like 2, 3 grand for the gears. So if that's a £3 grand bike using the same wire, the same thickness in wire, same quality in wire, obviously it's going to be about the same, isn't it? That's not where the higher cost comes in. It's just in the frame, in the lightness of the frame mainly. That's where the high cost comes in. Gearing is gearing. end of the day, like this, it's got like group sets of gears, but that doesn't mean it's going to last a long time just because it's more money. Nah, it just means it was just a bit more efficient in changing. That's all it is. Sorry guys, sorry about that, sorry to tell you. But anyway, I will be back on YouTube again soon. Probably will be getting a new bike sometime next year, because I feel this is about as far as I can go with this bike now. I need something a bit more lighter, so I can like really start doing better wheelies and stuff, and really just like competing more in some trails. So I will be blogging some of that, but that's not till next year. But I'll be back on YouTube very soon, probably next week or the week after. So watch out for my videos. Like, comment and subscribe guys. I'm only at 32, come on. Let me try and see 100 followers or 100 subscribers by the end of the year. But for now, peace. Catch you in a bit.